When we saw this map 2 times, it was actually close by air, which is kind of amusing. As we go into this first game, let's introduce the players and see what Sky Garden is all about. We start to the left-hand side of the map, lower left. It's going to be the purple Protoss player from OSC Elite. It is Haas. He's playing against the red Terran player to the upper right from Team Expert, of course. It's ByuN. So setting up in towards us, getting this ready to roll. And ByuN versus Haas going to be going head to head in the next few moments and for the next, probably next 30-40 minutes. Obviously 3 games guaranteed to be played means that we're going to get some good action out of this. I might of course all come into this thinking ByuN is going to stomp Haas, but Haas actually played last week in the OSC Masters Cup number 100, and I remember in the group stages he actually took down Ryung 2-0, which is actually pretty impressive. Ryung has been playing pretty well, he's been playing well lately, more recently, and was surprised to see him, kind of Haas come through and pick up a 2-0 and some pretty solid games. Obviously it was a bit cheesy and crazy, but the games actually went on a bit, and there were some good games, so I'm excited to see that. They're actually probably up on the YouTube channel already, youtube.com/WardiTV. We've been not so great for the YouTube as of late, as we are going to see Haas. Just going to open up the proxy pylon against what's been a CC first, and into multiple racks now out of ByuN. But yeah, just to quickly wrap up what I was saying before, which now I can't remember it all. What was I saying? Haas, oh yeah, YouTube channel. Yeah. I mean, you guys can check us out on YouTube if you want. We try to upload daily, but or twice daily, but sometimes there's just some downtime where I don't have the videos edited in time to get up. So we try to upload all our best matches there, and you guys can check that out again. YouTube.com/WardiTV. Stargate on the way up from Haas in the upper right-hand side. The SCV coming across now. ByuN has not gone to check close by S1, so he's going to go straight across the map to the bottom left, either side of it here in the early stages. So looking to see what's going to happen. ByuN says work around banning. Sarah the Night King for Prez is maximal craziness. Of course Cyril's going to make it, says Muxor. Jesus, this map is big. Yeah, this map is big. Richard A20106 coming in for the ByuN love as well. Love to see it, guys. Keep it up. Let me hear what you guys are supporting. Again, it has just one base in it here right now in game number 1 against ByuN. Getting set on up into this. Let's see how it's going to go. So, moving around. This SCV will come down to the below left and have a little bit of a look around too. Let's see the Stalker already poking forward. He's going to start nibbling away at the CC. Of course, ByuN is in this position where he's going to have a lot of Marine production because he had the 3 racks so early. But it's only going to be Marines. Now we've seen 2 more gates, and so this is going to be a committed attack here from Haas. Again, it's a very large map, and so a cheese like this is not one you might immediately expect. But ByuN, of course, now has seen the lack of a main base, or natural expansion, now that he's found his opponent's main. And we're going to be seeing the Oracle actually coming in, getting 5 kills initially. It's a good little start to slow things down, to get Haas into a position to make something happen with this attack at the front. These extra gates coming on up. Bunker here is not quite finished just yet. It will get finished as another SCV comes down. Even if it gets targeted, it will not be in time. And so the bunker, again for now, surviving against this Stalker. Next Oracle comes in, just picks up 1 or 2 more kills. 1 SCV and 1 Marine, I believe. Haas again just nibbling away here at the bunker. And as Marines coming down and get into it, Haas will be pushed away with just a single Stalker. Obviously, with extra gates finishing up, he has more potential to poke in and out and to try and get some more damage done. A few more Stalkers warped and just sat again, ready to rumble. A few Marines of ByuN looking around as well to see what they can get up to. The Oracle's going to start committing onto them though. I mean, is that really worthwhile? He's given up like every Oracle and all the harassment in the main base potential to just be able to kind of have a stronger push at the front by hoping basically that the Marines aren't going to be able to fight. It would have probably been better just to fight with the Marines at the same time. This bunker's going to start going down. He does get the surround to start to block, but no, the surround is going to get in there from the SCVs, and so the SCVs can repair. Stalkers right now getting rid of Marines, and they are past the bunker. They're a little bit trapped though. These SCVs doing a good job, and another Stalker again fully surrounded. This Stalker on the high ground actually from the high ground is taking a bit of a beating. And we're just going to be seeing 7 workers killed. I mean, it's nice damage, but you gotta remember Haas is on one base, so he needs more than just nice damage. He needs, you know, damage that's gonna bring him back into this in some way. Supply Depot coming in here now. Stimmer Power to finish as well, and the timing window that Haas, I think, had open to himself is really starting to disappear now. He's gonna come up this ramp, and he's gonna start trying to fight against, I mean, the bunk, you know, the depot here and the wall off basically. But again, there's Marines with Stim, as they push towards this this gateway force. He's going to get in a lot of trouble. I love the CC floating over here to protect this bunker, by the way, and to kind of block further units coming in from that direction. Another Oracle comes in fairly fresh and takes quite a beating before it even activates its pulsar beam to attack with. And it does look as though Haas kind of out of options here in game number 1. Another Stalker or so going down. And this Oracle Haas still moving around also, looking to see where else it can go. Coming over to the top side even. More Marines gathering up down towards the natural. Let's see if your 2 moving down there as well. +1 attack is coming on through from ByuN. The combat shield upgrade has also started up now as well in his main base. So we're getting set up and towards all of this. And we're going to see these few adepts going to start shading forwards yet again. So another push forward to try and do a little bit more. And he's going to jump on top of those Marines. As they stim, the Marines actually become 2-shottable by adepts, which is obviously quite significant, but not really going to make the difference here to really help him out. And another Oracle flies in and just goes down instantly. The Oracles didn't really find the trades they needed here. The Marines target them down so well and efficiently every single time. So now we're going to see another few adepts just going to shade on through and in towards this mineral line again, but just more Marines waiting for him. I mean, again, Haas has to try something, because he has no upgrades, he has no +1, he's playing against Stim and Combat Shield. We start to the bottom left hand side of Eastwatch. I'm up by, I want to say Ezel again. Why do I keep losing them all? Eastwatch by Ezel submitted in the standard map category, although an interesting setup of bases with the way it works out. By the way, Sky Garden was by New Sunshine, the last map that we just saw as well. Third map of this series is going to be Battle on the Boardwalk, as mapped by City and the Bard. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the TvP actually, because I don't think we've seen a TvP on that map yet. It's sort of Orena-esque, I would say, so looking forward to that. Let me just grab a little bit of water, guys, before we continue on to this, especially as Haas already thrown down the double gas. Looks like it's going to be hectic and crazy from early stages once again here. Starting to come over to the upper right hand side. This probe going to look to see what it can get up to. Maybe for the purpose of the map contest, we should just force all maps to have rocks on their natural ramp, so that you have to break through the rocks before you can actually do anything. Maybe that's the answer. Alright guys, you're going to see CC first coming down now. A couple more barracks coming on through. You're ready to go into this. For every carrier, battle cruise or broodlord you make and still win the game, you get $1 extra. Yeah, that could be one way to try and force some macro games perhaps. This game's going to be proxy double robo from Haas, so again going into some of the craziness right here in the start of game number 2. So setting it up, getting ready to go. 2 robos on the way out. Now, again, CC first from ByuN makes it actually kind of difficult to hold double proxy robo, I feel. And look how close it is to his base as well. We actually saw a pretty cool ZVZ on this map yesterday between Snoot and Nurtio. Again, we saw the space in play, we saw the gold base in play as well. Even we saw like 5 or 6 spaces, and it's a very cool one to see how this kind of mid-map, kind of level playing field, no ramps but rocks only, works out. It's actually pretty neat. And the 2 robos going to be finishing in just a few moments, so models will start coming out. It'll be a War Prism as well from the second one. Maybe not War Prism right away, but it'll be a War Prism follow-up here in a second to help those Immortals micro around. Although that said, there isn't maybe necessarily a need for War Prism immediately, considering he is so close to the base. This is going to be interesting, because there's a bunker coming up at the front, but it's going to take a lot to save the bunker from multiple Immortals. It's going to take a lot to set up into this. You're going to see Again, the couple of Marines just jumping in, able to kind of push that Sorko away nice and quickly. And again, Immortals just popping out as the Prism comes through. It just gives that extra kind of layer of micro, which Haas can utilize to obviously take as much of an advantage in this game as possible with his proxy play. Warp Gate coming up too, may as well utilize these extra gates which you'll be able to add on. Haas fully committing to the one base playstyle now. Gateway even coming up here, of course, to speed up the pylon warpins and make them just that little bit faster. And again, Warp Prism about to pop, and as the Warp Prism pops, the Immortals will jump on inside and they'll move forward to see what they can get up to. Some Marines are pushing out actually. They pushed over to the left but didn't see anything. He hasn't pushed to the right just yet either, but he has gone across the map, ByuN, and he's seen, you know, one base. He's seen kind of the lack of, you know, a few different things there in terms of number of pylons, etc. The actual lack of a natural expansion. As going to be seen now, triple Immortal setup. Again, right now for Haas, it's really about breaking through the first bunker very quickly. Break through there, and these Marines are not going to be much of an issue afterwards, as long as you attack the 4+1 of Stim, which he has a huge amount of time to, you know, to kind of utilize. And here we go, one bunker. Devo going to go down instantly. And it gives the chance for the SCVs to get a full surround though on the bunker, which I'm not sure if I'm really a fan of. Bunker's going to start going down. Force field used, blocks the Marines away to the side. Micro here. Immortal needs to get back on that bunker, but the surround's too good. And it looks as though this was a little bit of a shame here. Has with another, well, sentry coming out, another force field available. We'll push forwards here as well, and maybe seeing the force field. Maybe not actually needed right now with 4 Immortals in play. The damage output on that bunker is pretty high. Another bunker just being cancelled. Depot going down too, and ByuN, and having to find a way to fight against this. Again, just the Marine power is kind of a big part of this, I guess, and that's maybe why we need to see something like some gateway units coming into play as well. Nice little pickups on these Immortals so far. 8 workers killed. Haas juggling these Immortals backwards as they get low on health. Really nice pickups, really making the most of every Immortal here. One more Immortal there. Finally, they're starting to drop as they get to very low hit points. You can see this one going to start pulling away. We'll try and fight against a few more of those Marines. A couple more Stalkers warp in, and actually now they're going to catch these Marines on the wrong side of the base. And so ByuN in a little bit of trouble, but he is getting himself to the point where he's going to have Stim, and now actually maybe he could set up a little bit of a surround here. Still those mortals in the meta and the Warp Prism until the shields at least come back a little bit here. Barriers available once again. Ooh, actually loses an Immortal, and again, that's the sort of thing which Haas cannot afford to have happen right now, but that's the power of that Stim pack. It happens so quickly, you just don't notice it's happening. Again, Marine count getting very low though. ByuN pack pushed away. +1 done, Stim done, chasing forwards. Haas wants to get rid of these Marines. Nice little lift and drop play once again to make the most of this. Loses another Mortal though. Warp Prism getting low itself. One more Mortal comes in, will turn to fight. Another SCV goes down. Has still one base, of course, and so still has to try and make a way through in towards the natural and beyond. A few Marines just moving in towards the mineral line there, and again, these couple of Mortals. We're going to see what else is going to happen. The Warp Prism goes down though, and that's a huge thing. Because obviously now he can't warp in aggressively right in front of these units, and he can't save these Mortals anywhere near as much as he was saving them before, although it doesn't need to if he actually just gets rid of all the Marines. And right now, there's only 3 Marines left, more on the way out. So there's no natural expansion taking damage for ByuN. And maybe, just maybe, Haas has done this here. 2 Warp Prisms now on the way out, so he has double the micro potential. He can save 2 Immortals at a time. Might be difficult, but, well, if Haas thinks he can do it, then we'll see if he can. Immortals still gathering up, thinking about where they want to go. The force field going to come down to split these units off. The SCVs are going to be stopped from pushing further forwards. Another Immortal drops, but ByuN just has no further answer. GG. Haas takes game number 2 off of ByuN. 1-1 Battle of the Boardwalk by Sidney the Bard. Coming in here as our 3rd map of this series. 1-1 then. And again, this tournament is about map score, and so going 1-1 against Haas when Cyril's gone 3-0. You gotta make up for that somewhere. On Substream 922, what happened to SC2 Improve? I got rid of SC2 Improve. I rebranded to WardiTV about a year ago. SC2 Improve was sort of the thing which was I just was running tournaments under the name of, but obviously as time passed by, it made more sense to name it WardiTV than SC2 Improve still. Alright guys, we're gonna kick it off to the top left hand side. The blue Terran player gave it up. Going to be cheering on ByuN. He's going up against the red Protoss to the upper right hand side from OSC Elite. It is Haas. Cybercore coming down over here. And of course, do not forget, guys, tomorrow we start the quarterfinals. Double gas again, by the way. We're going to see a proxy once more. I mean, it's Haas. I guess this is sort of what we should expect. But yeah, tomorrow we start off the round of 8, the quarterfinals of this event. I'm super, super excited for it. It's going to be so awesome. We don't have our full set of round of 8 players just yet. Obviously, by the end of the day, we'll have 6 of them. We have to play out the tiebreakers from Group 8 still, and that's going to be taking place tomorrow. An hour and a half before the usual Team Liquid map contest tournament map things take place. So, look forward to that tomorrow. I'm definitely looking forward to it as well. Hopefully, you guys are too. Round of 8 tomorrow. Don't miss it. Proxy Stargate here, and we'll see just how committed it is going to be from Haas, whether he just expands out of it or whether he'll try and be aggressive again. ByuN is this time around changing things up though, playing the Reaper expand opening rather than the CC first back to back. Really was already from the get-go in that last game, just a build order advantage from Haas. I mean, CC first generally is not going to be a good setup because, you know, those sort of games, you know, that build order, you really need the kind of the factory and the siege tank, etc. to be able to defend. You know, you need factory-based production, not barracks-based production. That's sort of the issue. As you do see, Stalker's going to poke across the map already. One of them going to shut down this Reaper. In fact, going to get a kill on this Reaper. Reaper's just going to get pushed away. Again, Pylon coming down here then from Haas is setting up into that. I'm just going to be seeing the purple Haas just left-hand side too. Oracle moving around. We're just going to see the Cyclone locking on once again. A couple of Stalkers are going to start poking their way through that reactor. Just trying to start doing a little bit of damage again. 3 Marines and a Cyclone. Pushing forwards and looking to see what else is going to happen. Haas at the very least going to kill off this reactor right here. It's kind of an abusable position actually. I guess this entire sort of area where you can hit the kind of the ramp from the low ground over here. It's a very powerful position actually. It's actually one of the this is one of the games where actually kind of being able to see this cheese might actually help redesign the map into something a little bit better. Unless it's designed to be a difficult to hold position right there. This is one of the maps in the rush category, by the way. It's in the rush category, which means it's designed to be aggressive and kind of quick. Through the top side, there's this sort of pathway as well, which obviously leads base to base. We're not going to have to talk much else about, you know, the other locations on the map for now, because Haas is definitely looking to end this soon. Void Rays are on the way up. There's already one out in a second, about to finish up, and obviously a couple more Stalkers are on the way. So, setting up in towards this. Haas will be looking to break into ByuN's base in a moment. The thing is, ByuN's very committed onto Cyclones, and I don't actually really think these Cyclones are going to be able to do much at all. Because there's 2 Void Rays. Are the 2 Void Rays on the Cyclones going to really help that much against the 2 Voids? Well, they do lock on. They force them back. I guess 3 Cyclones do kind of add that damage up pretty quickly. Haas so far not making any progress through this ramp. Let's see what he can continue doing as we're going to see the Stalkers and the Voids getting to work once again. Supply depot goes down. Again, just Stalkers continue to fight this. Loses one of the Voids here. A little bit of a shame because it is obviously one of the real power units. As an Oracle came in and there's hitting the mineral line. 6 workers going down. See the natural expansion lifted and looking to relocate back further into the main to help reproduce SCVs whenever necessary. Still Stalkers of an Oracle and a Void Ray, gathering themselves together. Sentry warping in as well, and still just waiting to see what the next movement is going to be. There's a couple of Cyclones wanting to maybe push down the ramp. And we're still just setting up then. Siege tank popping on out, SCVs moving. A couple of Vikings just going to be set up as well from ByuN. Again, another Void Ray just coming up towards the upper side here. Going to get ready to push in towards the main base. Obviously, the Void's going to kind of locate themselves in a little bit of a different position and maybe try and do further damage. And these Vikings, though, are the sort of thing that will stop the Voids from being able to do that. And we're going to see, well, one Void Ray, one Viking goes down almost instantly. Now he works his way through the refinery. The Marines coming in to help push this back. The Oracle taking some damage and actually will go down. A small shame, but he did get 4 more workers. Haas still keeping his opponent contained to one base while not really looking to re-expand himself. kill on the Viking was nice, just killing off a unit pretty much for free right away there. Again, just waiting to see what is next. A second bunker on the way from ByuN. Can't really blame the guy. I mean, he's in a position where he needs everything he can get to survive, but he actually cancels. Obviously doesn't feel as though he needs it that badly. So the siege tanks that are really going to keep Haas pinned back, and I don't understand why Haas doesn't begin to expand back at home. And actually have the Cyclones got dropped across the map, and they're starting to deal damage now. 2 free workers killed, and Stalker's going to be able to start trading out. And there's going to be a cleanup. Yeah, and I don't understand why Haas doesn't expand. I understand he wants to warp in units and apply pressure, but how do you apply pressure past 3 siege tanks? That's my issue. What do you actually do to kind of shut these siege tanks down? Would you not be better building into the later stages of this game now and start setting up for that, rather than hoping that somehow these tanks are not going to kill everything? We'll continue pushing forwards. The Void's going to put on prismatic alignment, and we are going to be seeing, well, again, one tank going down very quickly. Void's now starting to fall, though there's only one Void Ray left in the skies. The Marines were doing their jobs from the ground, really just picking their way through that very quickly, and now this Void about to get rid of prismatic alignment so it gets its speed back, but is it enough? No upgrades still here on either side, just the Warp Gate of the Protoss player, as we see ByuN pushing forwards, but again, as he pulls back, he's got those siege tanks, and that's the thing which Haas is never really going to be able to contest if they stay sieged up. 2 more Stalkers getting blown up as they try to run out of position. Unfortunately for Haas, it looks as though Game 2 is going to be going the way of ByuN here to close out this series. Again, the Stalker taking some damage as well. It's going to be GG. ByuN taking game number 3 of the series. Haas with a series of 1 base all-ins.